All the water that's coming down from the downpour today. Look at that. It all goes down and it goes just to the lake. Oh, wow. I'm wondering. Hopefully some of it's coming into the garden. Let me check the gutter. Oh. It's going down, but it's going down the sidewalk. Because we're still not able to capture from this one. And so I lose a lot of it in there, so we got to make it come down into the greenhouse. That's a lot of water that we're losing. And you watch all this water come down. And we've got our beautiful garden we love so much. Yeah, even the gutter's still leaking too much. We put this gutter in, amateurs, we didn't know what we were doing. Luckily they've got the cover over the roof so it doesn't rot the wood. Always want to make sure you have that. But a lot of it still leaks out from the gutter instead of where we need it here. But we just started filling this container last night and it's halfway full already, over halfway. And we just started yesterday with just one rainfall and we already got the thing half full. That's amazing. If only we had 2 of them on, then we could have filled 2 containers, but at least we got one on at the last minute. So that's wonderful. It's halfway full, and so we'll have to watch it carefully so it doesn't overflow to the house. We'll have to plug it and send the rest into the garden. But it's beautiful to capture water. And here's our beautiful garden. We just got our walnut tree in. We've got a comfrey, but we got to get Severan pea shrub. And our beautiful hardy almond. He's got his pea shrub. And he's got a grapevine that I'm praying. Yep, it's alive. This little companion grape is doing great. We have our blueberries, have developed the most gorgeous blueberries here. And still blossoming more, but we do have blueberries, guys. It does work like Holly said at Vineyard Nursery. You can grow them in straw bales. And so here's our Oregon grape leaf, yarrow. We got more Oregon grape leaf growing in here, which is the western states version of golden seal. Amongst our cover crops in here, we've got more Oregon grapefruit. We've got motherwort. Motherwort's right here. And because the cover crops are growing around it, it's forcing it to grow big and strong. So there's motherwort. And we have some of the cleaver, which is iodine. We have a lot of our sage is starting to take off. We just planted last week. Look at already. Our beautiful sage is there. I know we have more sage in here. And comfrey along our cover crops. Lots of different kinds of thyme. More sage. That's the tricolor sage. With our beautiful yastaberry right there. More comfrey. There is tarragon right there, just planted last week. And this beautiful sage is flowering. Is not gorgeous? This sage came from Chris French's beautiful garden. I want to show him how gorgeous it is, how grateful we are. This is the new dwarf comfrey. It has white flowers and colored leaves. There's the juniper thyme. Isn't it gorgeous? There's more medicinal. And this one I keep forgetting I bought it at Wholesale Landscape Supply. And amongst our beautiful peas and everything else, next to our red currant here, we've got black currant on the other side. We just planted our beautiful d'Anjou pear. And we have more that will grow in here. We planted seeds of echinacea. They should be coming up soon. And we have more sage here. There's some purple sage. And another medicinal one. I just planted it and now I totally forgot what to plant there. There's a buffalo berry right there. It just slipped my mind, that one there. And all around the boundaries of our garden are more beautiful plants growing. All along the edge you can make your neighborhood look beautiful because you're growing so much green and live things, and our gorgeous little leek right there is growing beautifully amongst all the cover crops, and our comfrey that we planted from the backyard is taking off like crazy. We have strawberries planted along the edge, just brand new babies thanks to our buddy Jeff and Roy that we traded sunchokes that he needs for diabetes. He is excited to grow. There's our regular comfrey. There's another currant there, as well as right here is a currant. There's a currant in there. They're going to take off. And we have our cover crops of broccoli, clover, alfalfa, adzuka bean, and lentils. Amongst them we'll grow lots of other vegetables. We threw in asparagus, cucumber, cantaloupes, a little bit of everything in here. The asparagus are already starting to come up. We're going to go find some. It's just growing beautifully. As well as we have 4 from our friend Ann in Orem, elderberry, and they're growing beautifully. We love our elderberry in here. There's another beautiful elderberry. We've given him some protection from the deer. The bird wire works really great, but be careful as it grows because it'll get entangled in the leaves. And we just go down the first berm, and we are growing and growing these beauties. We have raspberry, blackberry along the edge. We hope they grow fast and take off. Here's one of our apple, Red Delicious from WLS, and it's got its companions. You've got your comfrey, you've got Siberian pea shrubs. Thanks to Mountain High Nursery, actually donated 12 Siberian pea shrubs. Beautiful big ones. They've got them on sale in 5 gallons right now for $15.99 each. Just go ask for Kevin or Wade, and you'll get that price down there. There's no limitations on how many you can buy. Get what you need. Here's our honeyberry. He's doing really well, but we're trying again to protect him from the deer. And so we have the wire. When they touch that with their nose, it scares them, and so they won't continue to try to get it at your berry bush, your new baby plants, you know. But look how beautiful that honeyberry is growing right here. It's doing beautifully. We do have grass that wants to come up, although no, that's actually my onion. Trying to keep the deer away with onion as well. And we just planted the new cornelian right here. This is the yellow one. It's a cornelian cherry. It will grow beautifully. We're protecting it from the deer as well. So that's going to be a beautiful one. And its partner is a red cornelian right there on top of the berm. We have our cherry bush is growing in here. Little babies just taking off. He'll be a nice bush. This is our Bartlett pear. He's got his companions. Comfrey, Siberian pea shrub, some onions. And then we are so proud, we just put in these beautiful hazelnuts, and they are gorgeous. Rosita Filbert red hazelnut, and it's going to be beautiful. 2 of them, you have to have 2, and WLS right now has them. Lucas just got them in. They're such a good deal. We come around the end of the berm. This is the second berm, and we get to our 10-year-old beautiful planted from a pit, my apricot baby. I love him so much. He gave me 500 apricots last year. They were so sweet and made the best jam, and I've given him a beautiful partner also from WLS I planted last fall, and this is a gorgeous Catawba grape, and it's just taking off. And because the trunk is nice and strong and thick, he won't strangle him. I wouldn't put him a grapevine along a small growing tree, but this tree is 10 years old and well established. Here's the female seaberry here, and we have a male on the next berm for it. And we have our golden raspberry here, and we have our apple tree we got from Chris French right here with its Siberian pea shrub. We had taken, because they thought it was dead, it wasn't doing well, this little Anjou pear tree last October. I planted it, and I've been trying to nurse it and give it all the good nutrients, and we're hoping that he's going to live. And we have the male kiwi here. The female's growing in the greenhouse. He had burned in a frost, but those leaves didn't matter because he grew all new beautiful leaves, okay? We covered him and he came back. So as long as your roots are warm under the straw there, he survived, and he's able to keep flourishing now, and hopefully won't have any more frost, or we'll cover him again. And our beautiful plum tree, which gave us beautiful plums the last 8 years, but it's been infested with some kind of bugs. So this year, because we planted this beautiful cover crop full of flowers and everything else in this garden, all the ladybugs came, and they all flocked to my plum tree. They knew they were little paramedics, that they needed to eat all the larvae of the bad bugs on this tree. And so they've been working so hard. When it's sunny, you'll see it crawling with ladybugs. And they're doing their paramedic work on my little plum tree. And we hope that it heals perfectly. But nature knows what it's doing. We also have a grape growing up it. Over here we planted a serviceberry, but before I could get the bird wire around it, my deer just feasted on the beautiful flowers and leaves, but they're coming back. So we're protecting him. We have another grape over here. He's, I think he's a red grape, but I can't remember. It just says grapevine, and he's looking very happy here as well. We have our bamboo starting to shoot. See the baby bamboo shoot there? Look at the baby bamboo shoot there. Along the fence is windbreak, and then to keep the deer and the people out, we're going to have these walls of prickly, thick blackberry bushes all along the edge here. And here's my beautiful dwarf peach that produces the biggest, sweetest peaches every year. Got its companions, pea shrub, comfrey, and he's a beautiful peach tree. And there's more bamboo with the shoots coming up. Here's our third berm. We have a thornless blackberry on this end. He's the only blackberry that we're putting in here because he's thornless, and the rest are on the perimeter of the property. We have a Rainier cherry tree. He's got his pea shrub and companions. And then we have our beautiful gooseberry planted after we bought him from WLS Nursery in Pleasant Grove at wholesale. Really good deals, and they're beautiful specimens. And then we have another gooseberry, more established, that we got from Chris French. And it is thriving. I hope he gets to see this, that it is happy and thriving right here next to the other gooseberry. We also just bought and planted a aronia, which is the cherry, or the chokeberry. That's the chokeberry right there. And we'll come around to the other side that we call our grain field. We've actually planted a lot of grain for the animals, as well as some for us, and some of it's going to be so beautiful because it's the red amaranth. So we'll come around to the other side of the last berm on the property, where we still have all the blackberries and bamboo along the perimeter, and we have our beautiful edge that's been growing for years of our irises on the outside of this garden. Keeps it gorgeous. But on the inside, here's our duck food. We've got all kinds of gypsum, barley, and other things that grow in here. And we have a berry of some type here, but I've never figured out. It was a volunteer donation, and we still don't know what that one is, but let's let it grow and see what it looks like. And we have a second dwarf peach tree, as well as a peach tree here. Little baby peach trees. We're trying to grow pecans down in here from seed, experimenting with that. Here's our dwarf. We've had these peach trees, I think the two dwarf, for about 4 years now. They produce the sweetest, most big peaches. Here we have the other sea berry we're praying is actually a female. No, that's right, it was the male. The other one's the female, and this is the male sea berry. And I'm going to put the the netting around it so the deer don't eat him. He's been growing beautifully right there. And we have our miracle apricot tree I bought from Sprouts 2 years ago, and then after we had to work on the garden last year and tear it all apart and backhoe it, we thought I lost him. But I'm really hoping that my little miracle tree is going to grow big and strong. Sorry, just a second. I just took my bird wire off. And I've got to put it back. There we go. We don't want to lose our bird wire. Put it back on the sea berry. There we go. And then we go along. In here we planted rye that will come up after the cover crops. And we'll cultivate the cover crops, get seeds and everything. We have a chokecherry tree right where you can sit here and literally, I'm not going to sit because it's raining right now, but you get this beautiful view of the entire garden and the view of the lake that way and the view of the lake that way all the way down to Spanish Fork. We could even see the steeple yesterday with our students of the Payson Temple from here. So it was really beautiful. And as this rain comes, it's so welcome. The garden is just going to explode after this rainfall. We're getting many days of rain. We have another peach tree right here. There will be a big blackberry there. We have another fiesta berry. We have our rose hip. So delicious and sweet. We tried it at the nursery WLS when we bought it last year in the fall and planted it there. There's some wild sage. There's lots of onions along with the cover crops. And so the garden is really taking off, and it is just so much pride and appreciation and joy to see so many beautiful things of nature just thriving and taking off and growing and enjoying themselves, and the birds and all the insects that come. It's absolutely wonderful. We just really love it. So I just wanted to give you a tour and update. It is, I think, May 5th, and it is raining, and I've been very weak and couldn't get out of bed for 2 days. I was hit with something like pneumonia, and it's been scary, but I've had angels come who love permaculture and who came and fed me and helped me water before the rains came, because it went 3 days, and we just planted some new plants. And we've got the gooseberry plants are taking off along the fence as well. They'll take over your garden, so you might want to keep them along the perimeter. We have many of them along with the berry bushes, raspberries, blackberries. And so that's how we've designed the garden so far with the swales. They're 6 feet down with logs, and it's really wonderful. Wonderful to see everything thriving so well. It's just really beautiful. We're so grateful to have all this nature growing. And so come and visit the Utah Valley Permaculture Classroom Garden. It's going to be doing water harvesting, pond aquaculture, everything that we can design and teach here. We want people to come and learn everything that they can with all this beauty and food. It'll produce so much food for people. We can't wait to share it with families that need food, especially greens. And then the berries and the fruit and everything else as well. Our beautiful willow got planted over there in our kitchen garden, which has tons of vegetables starting to take off out there. Pumpkin patch out here and the bean cherry there. Everything is just really doing well. So come and visit us. It's because my finger is